Alright, today we're going to do Linux Fundamentals Part 1, so let's get started. So for Task 1, it's going to give you a brief of what to expect in this lab. So you're going to run your first commands, and then it's going to teach you some of the essential commands, and this lab is going to introduce you to how users and group work on Linux. So once you read that, just click on Complete, and then click on Task 2. Now for Task 2, it's going to give you more of the background of Linux. So just to keep it brief, Linux is very popular, and more than likely you have used something that use Linux. For example, websites, car entertainment, control panels, point of sale, critical infrastructure, all of these type of things in some way utilize Linux. Now we're going to read the first question. What year was the first release of a Linux operating system? And that answer is going to be 1991. For Task 3, this is where you're going to start up your machine. So we're going to click on Start Machine. I'm going to be using a VPN to complete this lab. Now I'm just waiting until I receive my IP address so I can add it to my Kali VM. Alright guys, so now I have my IP address. What I need to do is I need to access this machine. So we're going to go up to my profile, click on access, and first you need to set up your VPN server. So just click on your location and then download your configuration file. Alright guys, so we're in Kali right now. I'm typing in my information, but let me go back and show you guys how to get to this part. You're going to click on File System, click on Download, and you're going to see that configuration file. You're going to copy your file information, and we're going to type in sudo openvpn and type in your file that you downloaded from TRYHACKME. Now click on enter. Now type in your Kali password. At the bottom it should say initialization sequence completed. At this point you're now connected to your VM. So now what we're going to do is verify that. So we're going to click on terminal, open up a new terminal, and just type in ifconfig. And if I scroll down to the bottom, I can see that I have the IP address. So now I'm just going to clear this, and we're going to connect to our machine in TRYHACKME. SSH, TRYHACKME, and let me delete these two. Now we're going to type in this IP address in our Kali Linux VM. So 10.10.215.254, enter. And now it's going to ask you, do you want to continue connecting? We're going to type in yes. Now enter in your password for TRYHACKME, and it should be TRYHACKME. Now we're connected to TRYHACKME. So let's get started with the lab. So once you deploy your machine, click on Complete It. Now for Task 4, we're going to be introduced to some of the common commands, and the first two commands that we're going to learn would be echo and who am I. So to keep it short, echo is used to output any text. So without using echo, and if we type something in and click on enter, we won't get that output. So let me give you an example. So first I want to type in echo hello friend, and then enter. When I click on enter, I get hello friend. Now let's type in hello friend without echo, and let's see what happens. So hello friend, enter. It says hello friend, command not found. So you need to add echo in order for whatever you type in to be outputted. Now for who am I, if we type in who am I and click enter, it's just going to tell you who you're currently logged in as. So we're currently logged in as TRYHACKME, so that's why it's showing TRYHACKME. So let's answer our questions. If we wanted to output the text TRYHACKME, what would our command be? Remember, output the text is going to start with echo. So we're going to type in echo TRYHACKME. What is the username of who you're logged in as on your deployed Linux machine? Remember, that was TRYHACKME. Now for Task 5. For Task 5, we're going to be introduced to some more common commands. We're going to learn about ls, cd, cat, and pwd. ls is a command that's going to list your files and subdirectory in the current directory. cd, change directory. This is going to allow you to change from one directory to another one to get files that you were that you properly wasn't able to get prior to changing directory. Cat, which stands for concatenate, is a way to get more information about a certain folder or file. And then pwd, print working directory, it's going to list the name of the directory that you are currently working in while being listed in your terminal. Now let's answer the questions. On the Linux machine that you deployed, how many folders are there? So remember, if I want to get a list of anything, we're going to type in ls, and it's going to give me a list of folders or files. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 folders. So let's type in 4. Which directory contains a file? If we want to figure out which folder have a file, we're going to type in cd, and we're just going to type in folder 1. And when I do that, now we're in the folder 1 directory. So if I type in pwd, it's going to show me folder 1 of TRYHACKME home. So at this point, if I want to figure out what is inside folder 1, I'm going to type in ls, and nothing popped up. So there's nothing in folder 1. So now I'm going to type in cd space ... and this is going to take me back to directories. So if I type in that, and if I type in pwd to figure out where am I currently, it's going to say TRYHACKME home. So no longer am I in folder 1 TRYHACKME home, I'm just in TRYHACKME home. So at this point, I'm going to type in cd folder 4, and now I'm in folder 4. So let's just verify. So pwd, and it's telling me, yep, you're in folder 4 TRYHACKME home. So now if I type in ls, I'm going to get something inside of folder 4, which is note.txt. So let's answer our question. So which directory contain a folder? It's going to be folder 4. And what is the content of this file? So now we need to figure out what is the content of this file. So remember, if we want to get more information about something, we can use the command cat, which is to concatenate. So we're going to type in cat note.txt, and it gave us more information. So hello world exclamation mark was inside of note.txt. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste that. Use the cd command to navigate to this file and find out the new current working directory. What is the path? So we already used cd to get to folder 4. So now we're just going to type in pwd, and then we're going to copy and paste this for the last question, and paste that. Let me give you a little bit more information about ls, because this is a very popular command. So let's go back to our VM. So I'm going to type in cd, and this little symbol here, and this is going to take me back to the original page. Okay, so let's go over ls one more time. So if we type in ls, it's going to display some of your files, but if you need more information, what we can type in, we can type in ls-a, and it's going to give us some of our hidden files that we haven't seen. So we're going to get folder 1, 2, 3, 4, the same information that we got in ls, but we're going to get even more information by adding that -a. Now there's another command we can use. We can also use ls-la, and watch what happens. We're going to get even more information. We're going to get all the folder 1, 2, 3, 4 access log profile. We're going to get some of the bash log out. So we're going to get even more information with ls-la. Now let's say if we want to get some of the root information, we're going to type in ls-l space, and then a backslash. And then we're going to get some information about the root. Let's keep going, guys. I don't want this video to be too long, so let me clear this. Okay. Alright, so now we're in task 6. So we're going to use grep or an access log to find the flag that has a prefix of THM. What is this flag? So let's kind of go over what is grep. The grep command allows us to search the content of files for specific values that we are looking for. So grep can be used to search for a specific value. So let's use this command. So we're going to use grep on access.log to find the flag that has a prefix of THM. what is this flag? So we're just going to type in grep and then type in thm in parentheses and then type in access.log. And here's our answer. Copy that and then paste that. And then for the next one, we're just going to click on complete. Now for task 7, we're going to learn about these symbols / operators. So the N symbol allowed you to run commands in the background of your terminal, and the double N symbol allowed you to combine multiple commands together in one line of your terminal. Now we have the greater symbol. This operator is a redirector, meaning that we can take the output from a command such as using cat to output a file and direct it elsewhere. So I'm going to break this down because it's not making no sense. So we're going to use the greater sign symbol to replace a object, and we're going to use the double greater sign symbol to add. So we're going to add something to that file instead of replacing it. So let's just do some examples. Okay, so if we want to run a command in the background, what operator would we want to use? Remember, if you want to run a command in the background, you're going to use the N symbol. If I want to replace the content of a file named password with the word password123, what would my command be? Remember, if you want to replace, not add, you're going to use echo password123. And remember, we're going to use the one greater sign symbol. And then we're going to type in password. Click on enter. Now if I wanted to add TRYHACKME to this file named password, but also keep password123, what would my command be? We're going to use echo TRYHACKME, and we're going to add the double greater sign symbol, and then we're going to type in password. So now let's go into our Kali VM and apply what we just learned. So let's do it. Let's do echo. You can put in PW, and then we're going to do a single greater sign symbol, and we're going to type in password. Now if I do cat password, it's going to show me PW. Okay, so now let's do echo password 123. We're going to use the single greater sign symbol and password. Now let's concatenate password. You see it changed now. We no longer have PW for password. We now have password123 for password. Alright, now let's say we want to add something to password and not replace password. Remember, we're going to add TRYHACKME to password and not replace password123. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in echo TRYHACKME. We're going to type in 2 greater sign symbol and then password. Click on enter, and now we're going to concatenate this. So now we're going to type in cat passwords. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Cat password. And now we have 2 different files in here. We have password123 and TRYHACKME. So remember, if we use the double greater sign command, we're going to add something to that file or directory. But if we use the single greater sign symbol, we're going to overwrite whatever is in that file with what we just typed in. So just keep that in mind. Alright guys, so now for task 8. It's just going to give you a recap of what you did today. So after doing this lab, you should understand why Linux is so common today. You should have interacted with your first ever Linux machine, and you should have ran some of the most fundamental commands. So just click on complete. And then for task 9, just click on complete for both. Linux Fundamental Part 1 is completed.